You know what I mean?
You really helped women, it sounds like you really helped women connect with their inner being as well as being proud of who they are.
Yeah.
They didn't have to be some Juilliard thin young lady up on the stage. It was okay to be who they
Who
were
they were.
and
these
present
were
that to the
mothers.
world.
These were 30 and 40-year-old women who wanted to perform. A lot of people want to perform.
Mm-hmm.
There's something cathartic
Mm-hmm,
about
mm-hmm.
performing. So to get on this huge, the Meyerhoff, excuse me, you know, we danced at the Meyerhoff. We danced like I said, Center Stage. We danced at Artscape and
Some of these great grand
big
venues.
stages, big venues, big audiences, you know, and the people, it made them feel so good. It made me feel really good too, you know, and the music, and then the costumes were, all I would do was give a color scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the colors are going to be turquoise and purple. You hook it up. And I'm turning these women.
They hooked it up.
They hooked it up and had a ball. And it was also children too, so the teens and the children too. So it was the dance company for the women. And then I had the junior dance company of these teens that stayed with me that turned into young women. They stayed with me until they kind of got into college, and they were wonderful dancers.
So, Maria, if you had an opportunity to classify the type or the style of dance, what would you say it would be?
I call it village dancing now, because even the classes I teach, I call it village dancing because the concept of village dancing is that anybody in the village can dance. You know, you just have to want to. So a lot of what I taught was a blend of the things that I had studied, because I did get to study dance from Japan, from India, from Bali, from Java, Hawaiian dance, Northern African dance. And so what I wound up doing was blended a lot of what I learned from all of those styles, and then I would hook up choreography to music that I liked and kind of put those blends in. So it looked sort of like, what do we, this look, it's not American, whatever it is, not American, you know, it looks like something, and it was always barefoot. So I just termed it village dancing, because it's the dance that anybody in the village could do who wanted to dance. In the village, everybody dances. Those who want to dance a lot would actually sort of perform or whatever it is, but everybody danced, and everybody enjoyed watching others dance. So village dancing.
So as a village dancer, do you think that you have a broader scope to make a difference in the performing arts, that you have contributed something fresh, something new to the whole performing arts industry?
Yeah, I think so, and I hope so. And one of my main things, and I knew this from early on, was that I really wanted dancing to be more about the people and not just about the performers. There was such a division between the audience and the performers. I'm a dancer and you are not.
Oh,
and
yes.
my thing was that everybody can dance. Everybody can dance and learn some steps, have some chutzpah, put on your
Some
purple and
chutzpah. What's that? Tell me about chutzpah now.
chutzpah. Some chutzpah, a little bit of
Is that what it is?
Courage,
Okay.
some boldness, and willingness to do it. And yes, I can dance. watch me shake.
So Opress, you've heard it here.
Chutzpah. Oh, these people at chutzpah know what chutzpah is.
Okay,
trust
well
me.
then,
Ask anybody.
Please have some chutzpah around the community from now on, since Maria has brought
bold,
it here.
yeah.
That's wonderful. So
Yeah.
you've encouraged people, and then not only that, as they matriculate, because we know that everybody doesn't stay in one space at a time. So as they matriculate through your classes, have you ever seen these same people come back and say thank you?
Oh my gosh.
For instilling that good old chutzpah in me?
And that's got to be, that's got to be one of the most rewarding things, because these grown women will come up to me on the street, which they look a little familiar, but you're not sure. And they say, I took your class in Mondawmin, or I was in your class, da-da-da-da-da. I have never forgotten, blah, 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 blah. Things that they remember amazes me. What they remember, and over 40 years of teaching it, to see people come back. And so I always ask them, "Well, you still dancing now?" "Well, no, but my children do," and la 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 la. But they remembered it being a highlight in their life, and so to me,
Yeah, because it touched them.
It touched
I mean,
them.
you can't deny something.
I
That
danced at the
totally-
Meyerhoff. I was on the Meyerhoff
Right,
stage,
right,
you know, right?
I've got pictures to prove
I
it.
got
I had
pictures,
the experience.
I had the experience, exactly.
Yeah.
So that was a good feeling. And the thing too is the camaraderie that is developed from dancing with so many women several times a week or for so many years. And now what I do teaching dance medicine, which is what I call it, is the medicine and the dancing. The women who are in their 50s and the 60s dance with me, and it's the same kind of thing but without the performance aspect. But it's that sense of, I used to dance, but I kind of thickened up in the middle here and I stopped, you know.
My territory has expanded.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's like reminding you, and yes, you can still dance. And yet, no matter the size, no matter the age, if the dance is in you, and the medicine is in the dancing, it's sort of therapeutic in that
And
sense too.
being comfortable in your
Being
own
comfortable
skin.
again, and being comfortable being womanly, moving
Right.
womanly.
Right.
When I was younger, I wanted to dance with Alvin Ailey. That was like my goal. I wanted to dance with Alvin Ailey. I saw them so many times in New York when they came to Baltimore. I had a Fulbright scholarship. I studied dance. I met Alvin Ailey. I met one of the dancers. And then I went to New York and I took one of the Alvin Ailey classes and got the serious cold feet. And I just said, okay, this is not probably you. That New York dancer thing is probably not really you. And then I went through the serious thing about, okay, so what is dancing about? What is the serious side? It can't be just about performing. And then I said, there's some healing in it. And so I went into the master's program at Goucher College in dance therapy. That was a highlight too, because here, and it's not even in existence anymore, not at Goucher, it might be in a few places, but finding out about what dance from around the world was to tribal people, to indigenous people, what dancing meant, and it always meant something. And that's when I realized in Europe and in America, or at least modern Europe and America, dancing was much more of a performance thing or a leisure thing. Dancing in the older cultures had a lot more meaning.
It's a part of their everyday life.
Exactly. And it meant something, and it did something when the men danced. That meant something when the women danced, and then the children dancing. And everybody danced. Everybody danced. Some danced better or more. Everybody enjoyed watching everybody. So that's when the concept of the village dancing kind of came in. That was in my 30s, and I realized, okay, so maybe that's more your field than Alvin Ailey. And then when I struck into that, all those things happened. So it was like you hit you found your niche.
Yeah. And dancing, not only can it relate to a physical activity, but I think of it as also like we're here talking and having a conversation, which I can relate to as a dance, if you will, because we're connecting.
Yeah.
And you're having your turn and I'm having my turn.
Exactly.
So it's throughout life you can find a dance and different things that one does. I mean, you could be knitting and you're just having a great time.
The rhythm of it,
the
exactly,
rhythm,
right.
the dance,
Relationships,
the motion, right.
Relationship. I was talking to somebody. We were talking about dancing and relationships. When you dance with a partner, you step back when he steps forward. You step forward when he steps back. If you both step forward at the same time, you step on each other's toes. If you both step back, you could fall out of sync. So it's the same with relationships. It's a dance, like you said, it's a dance.
Yeah.
Being in sync, being in tandem, finding some rhythm. Step forward, step back.
Right.
Sometimes you turn. Maybe you get a little swirl in
Yeah.
there. Maybe he gets a little shimmy in there. But you don't leave the dance floor. And if you step on somebody's toe, I'm sorry.
Be nice.
Be nice. Be nice.
Be nice.
Be nice. Be nice. Exactly. Be
Yeah.
nice. So
Yeah.
it's a dance. What you said is that's so true.
I'm speaking with Maria Broom, who is phenomenal. I'm having a wonderful conversation with her this morning, and I'm so grateful that she's on Good Morning Oak Crest. We're talking about her life in film, television, and the performing arts. So, Maria, I want to get to the good stuff. You've said how you've done all these wonderful things. You've even pursued dance, which is your first love, your passion, your heart's desire. You went through some 7 years of transition, but hey, all of us have to go through hard
Learned
times.
detachment, yeah.
Yeah. But then you found your way back to the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about your roles in one movie, Clara's Heart, with Whoopi Goldberg, and
Right.
then you went on to do TV series of which we all know of, The Wire, which is HBO's The Wire, West Wing, Homicide, The Corner. You know, a lot of these roles, or a lot of these shows, must I say, with the exception of Clara's Heart, probably are a little bit more edgy than what we would know Maria Broom to
Oh,
be
yeah.
in.
Oh, yeah.
So what excited you or motivated you to be a part of these more edgier programs?
It's funny that you say that too, because when I was asked to do the role in The Corner, which was she was addicted to crack, and she was the sister of the lead woman, heavy cigarette smoker. And when they first started filming, they invite all the actors, and you sit around this table and you all read the script, and everybody knows their parts and meets each other. When I left there, I went in my car and I sat and I cried. And I had to call a friend. I said, "I'm Miss Maria, peace and love." I said, how can I do this part? How is it going to? And they said, "Maria, that's why they call it acting. This is so not you. You have to come out of yourself and do another thing." So that kind of straightened it for me. But those roles, Homicide, then The Corner, and then The Wire, all came because the casting agency here in Baltimore, Pat Moran Casting, had casted me in Clara's Heart. So they knew me. So when these series wound up being filmed in Baltimore and they wanted the actors from Baltimore, she called me and said, "Come audition for these things." And so I did, and then I wound up getting these parts. But it was so funny because all of these parts, the woman in Homicide, she was like this dermatologist doctor plotting to kill her husband to get the insurance money, and then then this woman who was a crack addict in The Corner, and then in The Wire was at least a step up. She was at least a lawyer running for city government, and wife of a police lieutenant. But all of these roles, like you said, edgy.
They
hardly,
all had character flaws.
and never got to smile. And I kept said, when do I get a role?
Well, what
I
a
get
better
to
person
smile.
to do it than you?
Yeah, I
Because
don't
you have that sunshine on the inside.
On the
I mean,
inside.
I could imagine if somebody was already down and
I know, I
not
know.
there,
But
they wouldn't have
still,
anything to grab on to.
I kept saying, the next role, please give me this wise woman with some wisdom and who could smile or show some beauty, because it's like all these like hardcore roles. But I went for an audition the other day down in Richmond, which crossed my fingers on it, and it was a woman who I appreciated what she was about, at least, and it was back during the Civil War times, after the enslaved people were now living in this freedmen's camp, hard conditions and whatnot, and so she actually had to step up as a spokesman for the people and speak to the president at the time. So I kind of liked that. I have no idea whether I'm going to get the part or not, but that was the first step in a direction that was not.
That's a powerful role.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
small part, but so we'll see about that. But the Clara's Heart was what led to the other things, and because it's such a blessing, all of those things were filmed here in Baltimore. I got to audition right here and got the parts. So that was quite a thrill, and all the
Would you do it
characters.
again?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now the thing is, like The Wire, all those people, who was it, Stringer Bell and Omar, and all these guys that played these rough, hardcore roles, and if you're not in the same scenes with them, you don't get to meet them. So you meet them maybe at the cast party and whatnot. I met these guys, beautiful men with the smiles and the talking. I was like, wow, because that in contrast to what their characters were like on the show.
Yeah.
So that was a treat. I mean, nice people. I mean, everybody who works on these film sets are nice because they're so glad to be there. So glad to be there. And so there's a lot of sit around time. So you get to just talk and you hear all the stuff that they do. They went to Juilliard, they played this, and they did all full-bodied people with a whole lot of information and interest. So that was, all of it was just a delight to do. The directors were nice. I got to work with different directors. Ernest Dickerson, who did all of the Spike Lee early movies. I mean, so it was Yeah, it was
It was
a
a
highlight.
good. It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
good switch from dancing
Oh,
there
yeah.
for a second.
It was
huh?
good. Yeah. And now I'm very, very much, now that I don't dance quite as much publicly as I did then, the acting is very fulfilling. The acting that I did at Center Stage in '98, and I was almost 50 then, but I got the role of the woman in Lorraine's Hansberry's Les Blanc, and so it was not a speaking part. She had to do all of her acting through movement and dance. She was the consciousness of Mother Africa, which was a great role, and I thought, whoa, that was a major highlight too. So I do like acting. I liked acting when I was younger too, but it was really like, are you going to dance? You're going to act. You're not going to be able to
Right.
do rehearsals for both. So the dancing won out, but acting was also a
Now they get to
big
merge a
love.
little bit.
Huh?
Now
Yeah,
they get to
to
merge
merge, yeah,
and play a
right.
little bit, whereas
Exactly.
before you had to make a strict choice.
choice. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, after traveling the globe and interacting with a variety of cultures, including but not limited to Germany, Uganda, and Ghana, being an artist in resident at Fisk University, and being a guest dancer instructor at a variety of colleges and universities across the globe and country. Currently serving as faculty of the Baltimore School of the Arts.
Faculty, yep.
Teaching dance and storytelling, plus more, not to mention film, television, and performing arts. I mean, goodness, your schedule must be busy. What is next for you, Maria Broom?
Well, crossing my fingers, I wrote a story poem called The Village Bully, and I am waiting to see if that will get published.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say about it. You know how,
Well, you have to follow in your mom's footsteps.
Yeah, exactly. She taught kindergarten 30 years. I mean, her whole thing was the children. So I do realize, too, in working with children and teaching, if we can instill some values that maybe have come from some of the older traditions on the planet, we can kind of put them into some of these urban villages now and see how that affects them. Values of just loving and forgiving. Not you hit me, I gotta hit you back. You
Be
know?
nice.
Be nice. Be nice. Be
I'm
nice.
stuck on that from now on.
And that's all she would just say, be nice. And that sounds so bland, but I knew what she meant. She just said, just be nice. So how to teach the children, be nice. Be nice. So the thing about the bullying is understanding the circumstances of the boy who bullies and realizing that a lot of his sad stories, these other children share them too, but they would have no idea that this boy's lost his grandmother, lost his sister, doesn't get along with his father. So the only way he expresses himself is to, woof, woof, woof. So they're scared of him. Plus he's big, you know. So the idea of the bullying was about how to circle him with love and trying to teach that to children.
I wish I could have you here all day long.
Oh,
we would
please.
just talk,
I know,
talk,
talk,
but
yeah.
we would be running out of tape
Time.
too.
Okay.
So I thank you so much for
My
the
pleasure.
moment in time with you today. I mean, this has really been a treat for me as well as a lot of our viewers. Just before you go, though, as a lot of our residents are exploring this whole new life of retirement in new and fresh and exciting ways, what would be your advice to living the best life one can live?
Do what you were born to do, even if it takes a minute to remember what is that. Eat healthy. Eat healthy. That's all I can say. Eat healthy and sing and dance every day.
And be nice.
And be nice.
Maria, thank you so much
Such
for the
a pleasure.
opportunity
Thank
to
you
speak
for
with you
inviting
today.
me. Wow.
We must have you back so maybe you could do a performance. Who knows? One
Okay.
of these days. Who
Or invite me
knows?
back if anybody wants to dance.
Yeah.
I'm available to come teach a class out
Who
here.
knows?
Okay.
Well, Maria, thank you so much for
Thank
that.
you.